Okay, so this is the OEM product for the VS Commodore ambulance or ratchet. When you I got this off eBay. This has a year's warranty. It cost just over $90. There are fuel pumps for $30, $35, $40, $20, give or take. Cheap ones, yeah? Aftermarket. These cost just over $90. 12 months warranty on them. This brand on this one is Adelphi. Now the guy on eBay who sent this out said he had 0 returns. So when you're going to do a fuel pump, get a decent one. You don't want to, unless. But even then, if you're even selling a car, you know, someone, it might as well. It's good just to keep cars going because no one likes a car that breaks down. So don't go cheap on stuff that this is like your heart and a heart pump. So you want to have a good one. You don't want one breaking down when you're in the middle of gymnastics, yeah? So that's what it comes with there, and obviously your filter and a good gasket. Nice stick on that one. So this is Adelphi. Sounds like I said Adelphi, but yeah, Adelphi. It should be there. Yeah, Adelphi. So these are all OEM brands from a manufacturer. All right. So this is what I'm going to be doing today, which is part 3 of the replacement fuel pump on the ambulance. So again, we'll see outside. I've got to do the fuel next and empty the tank. Today's the day for the pump to be changed. So what I've done is I've put a old rag, which is a good soaking rag in case fuel spills. So it's there. I got a cat litter tray, nice and clean, because it all gets in there pretty well. I can hold a bit of fuel at least. Got the old army jerry and funnel. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect this line and see if it comes out here. I'll know the fuel's definitely from there upwards. So I'll give that a go. I'm going to have to turn the camera off because I can't do this one-handed, but if I can get it pouring out, I'll definitely put the camera back on. Okay, one sec. Okay, so it's not a lot. He did a bit of a dribble. So far it's not bad news. I looked at the tank last night, or should I say the petrol gauge, and it was only on half, so it might be down to the next level, I don't know. But what I might do, yeah, I'll probably take off the other fuel line, see where we're at with that, and if that's okay, then I'll pull off that power wire, and then I'm going to have to do those, they look like maybe 8mm bolts, 8, 9 or 10mm bolts, probably 8, I don't know. Anyway, that's where I'll go next. What I've done is I've taken off the other bracket, no fuel's coming out so far, but what I've also done, because there's 2 hoses here, I put a little arrow mark on the hose and an arrow mark just showing me which hose went down. I don't have to mark the other one because this is the only 2 hoses, so I've got to mark down memory, that's a good word, memory, little mark, and the arrow. Okay, so I'm going to pull off the other hose and see how we go. Okay, this one is definitely got more fuel coming out of it. So this is a good container just for the actual size and depth, but that's a constant stream for sure. So yeah, the joys, but better to drain as much as I can past this petrol, sorry, it's the morning, I can't remember anything, the fuel sender. So I want to drain it past the actual fuel sender, and yeah, then I can pull it out and see what's going on. She's getting there. It's very yellow. Definitely got some fuel in there, but this is what I'm saying, as far as the lines go, good to make sure that you get the fuel, at least if it's past that sender, that you drain it so it doesn't, once you unbolt all those bolts, that will just leak out heaps. So you got to get it at least past, drop your fuel past that sender so no more comes. See, even when this fully drains from this pipe, it still goes down to here, so it's still going to have a little bit of fuel in it, so got to be wary of that. This will only drain to where the fuel is here, so it's still got this amount. Sorry, can't even see that with my finger there. So once this empties, you've still got that depth of the fuel sender to get rid of that fuel, so got to be wary with your bucket. Once you unbolt those nuts, that's going to leak underneath, give or take how good that gasket is. But yeah, I would suggest doing the top bolts first and leaving these two bottom ones to the very last, because if you do the two bottom ones and there's fuel there, that's going to leak straight away. So you want to have the least time for that fuel to jump out, and because it's so close to the tank, it's yeah, hopefully it's going to be a bit of a tricky one, because it's got on this container it's got a bit of a wide lip, so I'm going to have to figure out something that I can try and get it running maximum into this container rather than actually onto the internal part of the pod. I'll let that drain and we'll be back. Going back, it got to about there, and then I put the line back on and stopped the fuel and put it in the jerry can. But I totally forgot, mate Richard came last night and dropped me off this pump that can pump out the fuel as well. So, but also I was just thinking, even without a pump, if you have some fuel line hose that can go over that pipe, you can put that on there and then obviously have the car lower or the pipe lower, so you can't have obviously a pipe going upwards and then the fuel coming out. It has to always go down and descend. So if you can get the pipe on there and then at least going down like a Firefox, the fuel can also run straight out of the car and into a bucket as well. So, but yeah, I forgot, I totally forgot. He got me, he brought this back, brought this to me last night. So once that gets past that pipeline where it's coming out of, then I'll put this on there, attach it, and then put the other end of the hose and put it in the jerry can and pump fuel even lower. So that's another way. He can probably, once he watches this video, he can leave comments and say how he got this or made this or what it came out of. So yeah, and that's wires to the battery. Anyway, it's another alternative. So as you can see, there's still a good amount of fuel. Also the tank, it goes a bit further over there, so obviously goes all the way along there. So the actual distance between the pipe, the pipe that comes down and the pipe that goes that way. There's not a lot of distance in between there, but the actual circumference of the actual tank makes that. So it's gonna drip feed for a bit, I think. What they say about mobile phones and sparking fuel, I should really have my mobile phone so close to fuel. I don't know how that does it, maybe some sort of Wi-Fi or something like that, electrical signal through the air. But yeah, gotta be careful. They always say don't use mobile phones near petrol pumps, so there must be some reason for that. So anyway, still dripping, going well. And that's the old army jerry can. The ones they make these days are not as proper metal. This one's from 1945. WD. When my dad was alive, he had this in his garage a long time. Oh, classic. He was never in the army, but I don't know if his dad was. I can't remember. My pa. Yeah. You get jerry cans these days, and they're definitely not this sort of solid, strong metal. Anyway, keep going.